You are exiles. We are the exiles. We are the fallen.
You made the decision to go after strange flesh. This is about one thing. This is about us being consumed by another race. Let's get them in a host body system so we can destroy them. You're a kingdom divided. You're good and evil. You are the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. To rectify that situation, you got to be turned up. It's how you know that you know Jesus. And if it doesn't add up to the scriptures, then it's not true. All right, guys, God bless you and welcome to This Is It, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go and let's keep going because the finish line is coming up, guys. I know everyone should be able to see it. It's become abundantly obvious. Guys, I got so much to unload on you guys. So here's the way we're going to do it. I'm going to start with a short video. It's called The Language of Angels. I'm going to ease you guys into this. I'm going to also give you basically 3 folders during this video. I would very much like it for those of y'all that want to take hold of reality in a way that you've never experienced before, because I haven't experienced to the level that I've been able to grasp and understand everything now. I've never in my life understood it this clearly, this obviously, this redundantly obviously. As a matter of fact, it's not even obvious, it's redundantly obvious. However, it's going to be it's going to roll out in a way that it's just overwhelming. So I'm just telling you now, that probably needs to be a couple caveats. I want to mention something that's kind of awkward, but I want to talk about it, so I have to talk about it. I've seen people that way back when I did the hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti, when the Lord had me draw in an Egyptian hieroglyph, just draw it in right in front of you. And it was an agenda of a serpent race eating a sheep race within the host body system. For those of y'all that saw the first rollout, that was 2007, I think, or 2008, and it was in the Just a Messenger series. Now, here's the thing. When I did that, people thought, oh, look, I can do this. I saw it. It's not the way it works. I watched people literally spin out, taking the hieroglyph, like people that tried to go solve I, Pet, Goat. There's channels that were devoted to it. Okay. When I did the hieroglyph, I watched people spin out thinking, oh, I can do the same thing. I'm looking at you now. Please don't try and reproduce or recopy what I'm going to show you. Now, it's okay to obviously notice it because you're going to see it everywhere. But there's a huge difference in going, oh, wow, there's what Johnny's talking about, other than acting like you own the language. Because I don't know how many of you guys speak other languages, but if you've ever learned a language, you learn the language. You don't like see it and you know the language like, oh, I'm fluent. I started off with German and English, then Italian and English, and then once we moved to San Antonio, it was English and Spanish. I speak fluent Spanish now, fluent English. My German sucks. My Italian's not really existent, except I can go from Spanish and basically recognize Italian. But the point is this. You cannot speak a language unless you study the language. You learn your verbs, you learn adjectives, you learn your vocabulary, you learn past, present, and future tense. So you got to learn the conjugation of nouns. You got to learn all of it. So the point I'm trying to make is what I'm going to show you, people are going to have a tendency to go, oh, look, I saw it, and they're going to try and do it. This is 1 Corinthians 12. Though I speak the language of angels and of men, and I have not charity, I'm nothing. Because the language of angels is a language that is biblically based, and you cannot just see it and go, oh, I know it. Just like you can't start today and say, oh, French, look, oh, I saw French, so I know French, and I speak fluent French. And people will try and go do that. I've seen it, and I've seen them spin out. I watched a friend, Richard, very nice guy, go get the altar inside the Vatican, the big dead sheep that the Lord showed me. The Lord gave that to me as a gift to give to you guys as a gift. Yahweh has given. That's my name. That's what I do. But then people will try and come in and appropriate it. And Richard started, oh, look what's over here. And super nice guy, super well-meaning guy, but it destroyed him. It literally destroyed him in a huge way. He ended up losing his faith because he saw it and then he thought he could do it. And then he went into a just total spinoff. So I'm asking you now, I'm gonna crack it open so you're gonna see a little shorty that Zach put together just the other day, but I'm just getting your feet in the water just a little bit. I'm gonna give you the folders, and I would highly suggest before I roll it all out, you go look at the folders, you go watch all the little video clips that I have in these folders. You make sure before I do my next delivery that you've done your homework, that you've looked at all the images that are in the folders, because I want you to see and understand this is game changing for the world. This is ripping through the invisible veil and tearing it wide open and saying, you want to see another world? That's right there. Although I've shown you the Vatican is a snake wearing a crown, it is birthing another snake called Audience Hall. It's parthenogenesis. The gravity of what I just said and what I've already shown you is it's staggering. But what I'm going to show you now, commingled with all the other stuff that you've seen, is court admissible, no way out evidence of the illusion. Genesis 1, let us create man in our illusion. I'm going to show you the illusion. But I want you to go be a good student. Go do your just due diligence. Look at the images in the folders I'm going to give you. Just go look at them. Go watch the little short videos. Because when I deliver this stuff, I don't want to be trying to explain every little detail. Like, I want you to go, oh, yeah, I saw that. I've seen that image. So if you go familiarize yourself just a little bit with it, when I deliver it, you're going to take hold of something that's beyond humanity. It's past. It's literally past the human brain. Anyway, I'm going to show it to you here in a minute. Let's start with the shorty. Oh, by the way, I love you guys. Guys, this is the most burdensome thing I think I've ever done. I'm not joking. Like, this is the most burdensome, heaviest, craziest, like, what? And it's demonstrable. It's proven. I mean, is the Vatican a snake? Yes or no? Okay, duh. Yeah, it's a snake. Okay, I'm going to show you another set of data, language of angels, and it's literally the fabric. I'm going to show you the fabric of the prison that you're in and how you know it's Elohim. And you're just going to... Okay, enough about that. Let's do it. Show it to us, Johnny, now. No, give me a quarter. Here you go. Ready? Let's watch this shorty. Here we go.
Do you ever feel like there's more to the world than what meets the eye? What if I told you that the world we see on a daily is not what it seems, and that we're only scratching the surface of seeing what is going on around us? The world is encrypted and speaks in code. This is the language of angels. I will show you multiple examples that prove there is more than just the obvious happening right in front of you. They are using the Bible as a code book to communicate secretly. Each word in the Bible has been assigned a number which they use consistently in front of us. ACAB is the first example of the coded language. They use the letters to formulate a number from the Bible to manifest the fruit of their tree. In this case, ACAB translates to the number 1312. If you look up this number in the Bible, it means destruction, decay, or corruption, manifesting exactly what happens during these protests by the outraged citizens.
I'm going to pause for 1 minute. Do y'all remember what happened in the autonomous zone? Because ACAB, all cops are bastards. There was a lot of other usages of those letters as well, which I won't mention, but they're bad. ACAB, all cops are bastards. Remember? The autonomous, self ruling zone. The autonomous zone. That's very important. That's why I wanted to interject right here. The I want to be my own God zone. I'm my own boss. I'm doing it my way. No one else is going to have any influence on what we do. The autonomous zone, ACAB. Okay, let's start it over one more time. I just want you to understand it's very important that you understood that ACAB was the autonomous zone. Okay.
Do you ever feel like there's more to the world than what meets the eye? What if I told you that the world we see on a daily is not what it seems, and that we're only scratching the surface of seeing what is going on around us? The world is encrypted and speaks in code. This is the language of angels. I will show you multiple examples that prove there is more than just the obvious happening right in front of you. They are using the Bible as a code book to communicate secretly. Each word in the Bible has been assigned a number which they use consistently in front of us. ACAB is the first example of the coded language. They use the letters to formulate a number from the Bible to manifest the fruit of their tree. In this case, ACAB translates to the number 1312. If you look up this number in the Bible, it means destruction, decay, or corruption, manifesting exactly what happens during these protests by the outraged citizens. They use a numerical alphabet to speak in code to demonstrate power over us. All the while they mock us for our inability to see them. The questions that remain are who are they and what do they want? They are the spirit of Elohim. They are the original humans. They are the serpent race. Their number one objective is to slaughter your angelic essence for consumption. That's right. You're nothing but a food source to this race of beings. They have captured you as a predator catches its prey, as you remain trapped inside your flesh. This spirit meticulously destroys you from the inside. Much like Mr. Smith here, we all have been snared and inverted in this system. Let's begin by looking at some examples of this coded language of angels in different contexts. Here we have Mr. Smith as a detective in an example from the movie I, Robot. We can see here Detective Spooner showing his badge number 4084. Now let me ask you a question. What does a detective do? If you said to apprehend, catch, or arrest, I would say you are correct. Now let's look up this badge number in the Bible. This number translates to lay hold of, apprehend, catch, and arrest, exactly like Detective Spooner does in the movie. Let's check out some more examples. This is a poster for the movie Nefarious. I want to show you the hidden message inside the title. If you turn the letter N backward, as shown on the poster, its numerical value changes from 14 to 41. Similarly, if you do the same for the letter R, its value changes from 18 to 81. Now, if you look up the number 4181 in the Bible, you'll see that the number translates to possession, which is what the entire movie is about. Let's take a closer look.
See, James, I'm a demon.
Do you have a name?
Of course I have a name.
Would you like me to call you by it?
Depends, do I call you James?
I'd prefer Dr. Martin.
Of course you would.
It's my title. I work very hard to achieve it, and it preserves the nature of our relationship.
We can do that. As long as you agree to acknowledge my honorifics well.
Which is?
Lord High Prince.
I won't be doing that.
Okie dokie. And since we're gonna be on a first name basis, I guess I'll allow you to use mine.
Edward?
No, it's merely the name of the host body. Shell which I inhabit.
How about another clip? This one.
Folks, there's a glitch in this this little clip, but I'm gonna let it play and I'm gonna tell you what it is. So it says, how about another example? Let me show you right here.
First name basis, I guess I'll allow you to use mine.
How about another clip?
Okay,
This one.
so it has a problem right now. This one with Johnny Depp in a movie called Secret Window. A car drives up. So here's the car driving up. The guy leaves some papers on the front porch. And as he leaves, they give you the clue and they tell you, here's the coded language. CT0, CTO. So then C is 3 and T is 20 and then 0. So C is 3, 20, and then 0. So 3200. Okay, now watch.
First, we need to convert the letters into numbers. C is the number 3, T 20, and 0 remains the same. Together we have 3,200, which translates to the word parchment leaf for notes.
So the first 3 letters on that license plate translate to parchment leaf, paper for notes. So that's what it means. In the Bible, the number 3,200 right here. Let me move my screen. So 3,200, a parchment leaf, perhaps for notes, for paper for notes, parchment. Okay, so like what they wrote on. So they wrote on parchment paper. So now the point is, that's what's on the license plate. The guy just showed up and put parchment paper on the front porch and took a rock and put it on top of it. Now watch. So 3,200, that's a numerical value of the license plate. And here we go.
Together we have 3,200, which translates to the word parchment leaf for notes. Now let's finish watching the clip. And there it is, straight out of the Bible, parchment paper.
For notes.
Here's a clip from a movie called The Little Things where they show the alarm clock at 4:05. This number translates to pressure and is another perfect fit as they then show a man sitting alone at night, feeling the pressure of his situation. Here is Denzel Washington in the same movie making a call, but I see the number 3,333 above him. Let's search the Bible again. Yet again another perfect match. This number means to call from one place to another, just like Denzel is doing here. How about one last example from the movie Joker?
And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to intervene on that. The reason it was like that on the sign, the 133 was brighter and then there was a dash and one was darker. Let me just show you that real quick. If I can get this thing to move, just one moment. Okay, just one moment. If you look right here, you'll see 33 right here, and then there's a dash, and there's another 33 like light and dark. So there's one that's light, there's one that's dark, and he's on the phone, and it says call box 3333, but one's light, one's dark, and it means to call. Here you go. Let's just go back.
Search the Bible again. Yet again another perfect match. This number means to call from one place to another, just like Denzel is doing here. How about one last example from the movie Joker?
Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to. There were riots out there.
Now I want y'all to notice the right side up, upside down triangles on his face.
2 policemen are in critical condition. You're laughing. You're laughing. Someone was killed today because of what you did.
I know. How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
What do you get
I don't think so.
when you cross
I think
a
we're
mentally
done
ill
with you.
loner
That's
with a
it.
society that abandons him and treats him like trash?
Call the police,
I'll
Gene.
tell you what to do.
Call the police.
Get what you fucking deserve.
We seem to be having a lot of glitches. How isn't that fascinating? Yeah, a lot of glitches are just happening on our thing I'm delivering. He said you get what you effing deserve, and what's going on in society right now is exactly the scene. But you need to see what's on the license plate, because the Joker is apprehended. He's put in a vehicle, but then members of society rise up to crash into the cop car to get the Joker out. So if you've ever seen the movie, it's a very sad movie too. It's very sad. And they crash into the cop car so they can get the Joker out, because he's like going to be the leader of their team, because he's speaking for society there. And he's saying, this is like what's happening to me, and it's a reflection of the society. Now watch this. Hopefully the audio will come back. We'll see what happens. Yeah. So the different numbers on the car, look up Strong 75. I think you should look it up yourself. Just type in to Google Strong 75. You'll have two choices. You'll know what it is. And then look at the back of the car. 9189.
There's the code. The cop car number carrying the Joker translates to act wickedly without remission. The final.
So it means to do wrong, to act wickedly, unjustly towards, injure and harm someone else, to inflict undeserved hurt. And it says incessantly and without remission. And if you saw the movie, then you'll recognize that they were going to T-bone him and free him from the car. And it was kind of showing the two different sides of society here. But it's tied up in the numerology. But the numerology goes straight to the Bible. So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's possible that the number on the car carrying the Joker that just shot a guy in the face, it says, I act unjustly towards, injure, harm, do wrongly, wickedly, to injure, harm, and do wickedly, incessantly. Okay, do you think that's possible? Do you think it's possible for Detective Spooner's badge to be 4084 and he's a detective? Do you think it's possible for the number on the license plate? We only showed you one because we want you to go look up the other one. Yeah, so do you think it's possible for the license plate in a movie called Secret Window, which is really just a reference from the pit looking through your eye as a secret window because you have your own doppelganger. So is it possible for the license plate to say parchment paper for notes, for writing, and that's what's on his front porch with a rock on it? Are those things possible without it being orchestrated? Well, the answer is it possible for the Vatican to be a damn snake? Well, it is a snake. And the guy that the Lord God, Yahweh, whom I serve, the Lord God, showed me to give to you. You know why? Because judgment's coming, and he's giving me as much information and data as he can to show you that in Genesis 1, there was a false reality created and you're in it. Let us create man in our image. The word is Salem. The word Salem means to shade. You know how you shade something? You darken it. Yeah, to shade. What if you invert half of it? I showed you Adam and Eve. So there's no way that the word Salem means a representative figure, especially an idol, and that it means an illusion unless it's true. And what I'm showing you is the illusion coming down right now. And we're just cracking the surface. This is only the short little intro that's having all kinds of problems actually with it. But I'm gonna take this same little video clip and we're gonna remaster it again. I think it's gone through 3 times. It's gonna get remastered again and get stuffed back in the folder. So you can just watch this clip all by yourself. Okay, now let me go to the folders real quick because I need to get everybody in the folders. This is vastly important. Let me just see if I can rewind this just a hair. Here we go. Let's watch.
There's the code. The cop car number carrying the Joker translates to act wickedly without remission.
And look, it's not only new. Look, cop cars don't have a number on the back of the cop car. Look, see 9189. Look at the license plate, 9189. So there's not, and they're showing you it's a twin system. Light, see 9189. Light, 9189. Dark. Light and dark. Get it? The twin system. And so the Joker's other half is he finally snapped. He was just a guy with a sad mental illness and bipolar. And then the other one took over on stage when he shot Maury in the face because the evil one took over. That's what happened. And it's showing you everything right in front of your face in the numerology that goes directly to the Bible. Do you think these things are possible? I'm only barely scratching the surface right now. You know, if I tell you that, you guys have been around long enough that if I tell you I'm going to be able to show you and deliver something, I deliver it. You're not even going to believe what the rest of this is going to go to. Okay, guys, here we go. This is time to move to the folders. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to Special Projects 2. I'm going to show you how to get there. I'm going to put the link to Special Projects right here. Show notes. See that? You're going to see that, and let me show you where you're going to see it. When you go to my video, whatever the title is, right, you'll see the title right here. Then right underneath here where it says more right here, you'll see all the links right in here. So people say, I don't know where the link is. I always put it under here. Well, when I say always, if I don't forget, but I won't forget, I'll put the links right up under here. Okay. So when you go to the video that's produced. Okay. So here's where you're going to go. You're going to go to show notes. It'll be down there in the description box. You're going to click on Special Projects 2. You're going to go to What is a Woman? Right here. What is a woman? You see all these little clips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I don't know. There's about 20 of them. Most of them are very short little clips, and it's what's been used to produce all the imagery that you're going to see in still images. So these images here have a lot to do with what's in these little video clips. You're going to see a section in here that's from Pulp Fiction right here, the numerology, the briefcase, the name on the briefcase. You're going to see stuff that you will not believe. Remember the Ian Bud Light, the twins right here in the elevator. You're going to see it said SE plus PE on the wall. SE is 195 plus PE right here on the wall. And I put them together for you. And if you've seen the Ian Bud Light commercial, you know that he's going to a party where the other team, the twin female team, is counting stars, because that's the song they play. We'll be counting stars. The ones that they've killed, they've murdered in the system. Now, it's time for a wake-up call that's beyond your brain. I'm serious. It's beyond your brain. It's beyond my brain. But is the Vatican a snake? It's a yes or no. Okay, is the Virgin a dead sheep? It's a yes or no. Does my name mean Yahweh is given? It's a yes or no. I'm going to keep it that simple for you. So, because there's not going to be any nuance. It's just going to be, it either is or it isn't. And if it is, that means the fabric, the actual fabric is coming down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fix that short little video clip, and we're going to get to where all the audio is perfect. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to play that clip for you, and then I'm going to tear into these different video clips that I have that I've broken down for you that are what I just showed you on steroids. And so it's going to tear down the fabric of the illusion that you're in. So I want to make just a quick point before I hang up this video. We're going to get into this now in a huge way. So we're going to fix up our stuff. I'm going to come and I'm going to show you many different clips like you just saw with the exact same thing going on. But here's what I want you to realize. The number of a detective is 4084, and in the Bible, that number, and I'm going to bring a book to make this real for you. That number means to apprehend, catch, and arrest on a detective's badge. Okay, wow, that's nuts. But when it's consistently a pattern over and over and over, now we have a very mind-boggling reality change. And that means Okay, I want you to think about this. They can prove themselves out. Let me give you an example. If I take Detective Spooner's badge number 4084 and I swap it out with like the secret window, I guess, or let's say nefarious. Okay. Well, 4084, the badge number, apprehend, catch, and arrest. Does it go with the guy sitting in jail? Maybe with Edward. But what's the N and the R different? I mean, N is 14, R is 18. And you turn them, and the letters are backwards. So when you turn an N backwards, you get, 14 becomes 41. R, instead of R being 18, it's 81. So 4181 in the Bible happens to mean a possession. And the whole movie's about Edward being a possession of the evil one because they've taken over him by demonic possession. Okay, you understand that's not possible, right? But then a movie called The Secret Window, and if you've seen the movie, Johnny Depp has his own doppelganger, his own twin. So I've shown you everything's about a twin system. The whole thing, the whole system is bipolar, basically. The entire world. There's one up, one down, good and evil. Two different poles, up and down. Okay, now think about this. Well, wait a minute. In Secret Window, the number on a license plate, alphanumeric, change the letters to its numerical value in the alphabet. So a C becomes a number 3. So you change those numerical values, and then you look that up in the Bible, and it happens to mean parchment paper that's got a rock on it on his front porch. No. And over, Taylor Swift sitting on the ceiling, devils roll the dice, angels roll their eyes. I'm going to show it to you in so many different venues now that your eyes are going to be wide open, and then I'm going to show you there's a message. The Lord used all of this to give me a message for you because I am Yahweh has given. So I have a message in this for you. And you need to stay here. You need to watch everything I'm going to produce in the next 2 to 3 videos so you get the message. There's a message in all of it. And when you see the message, you'll know it's the message because it's self-sustaining. It proves itself. There's no way I'd be able to show you what I'm going to show you without it being the message. And you'll understand it when you see it. Anyway, so yes or no? It's a yes or no answer. Is that N backwards? Is that R backwards? Yes or no?
The poster, its numerical value changes from 14 to 41. Similarly, if you do the same for the letter R, its value changes from 18 to 81. Now, if you look up the number 4181 in the Bible, you'll see that the number translates to possession, which is what...
Okay, so now right there, the code has been cracked. Now, I told you earlier in this video, do not start saying, oh, I speak the language of angels. If you do, you're nuts. It's not something, I mean, it's okay to notice it, guys, but let me tell you something. This has been taught to me over years and years, and the burden, you don't understand the burden it comes with. It'll send someone else off the edge. I've watched it. Because this kind of a reality change is just too much, and people will look up every freaking number they see, but that's not the way it works. You have to understand, it's a set of symbology, right side up triangles, upside down triangles, right and left triangles, interlocking triangles. There's a lot to it. Eyes winking, tongue sticking out. It's all biblical. Every single thing is biblical. It's literally the word manifest. I mean, you did see possession, right? You did see Detective Spooner's badge, right? I mean, now I've got so much more for you that make these look like kindergarten stuff, the stuff I'm about to show you. This is just getting your feet in the pool. Right now, you're just, I think I'll dip my, it's freezing. Yeah, it's going to blow your mind. All right. Okay, quick. Got to give everybody a hug. How appropriate. I have my twin lions, Lion of the tribe of Judah. I've been made whole in Christ. Christ's purpose was to what? What was the purpose of our Savior? Why do you think he was crucified between two different guys? One on the right, one on the left. Because Christ's purpose was to make one new man from the two, thus making peace. Because you have your own doppelganger in spirit. There's a good you, there's a good you, there's a bad you, superhuman, angel, demon. That's the thing for the whole thing. When you understand it and you get it resolved, then you're able to see the world as it truly is. When you see the world as it truly is, the Bible says, when thou the Lord dost awaken in you, you will despise their Selem, their image. Genesis 1. What is their image? Well, let's see. It's a bunch of bugs harvesting semen. It's a bunch of serpents strangling the crap out of a bunch of sheep. It's a bunch of death hunted for dinner. A bunch of girls with teeth on their vagina. You know, just their image is not a good thing. And I'm going to show it to you to a degree that could really overwhelm you. So let's ease into it with this video. Zach already is working on fixing the little shorty. I'm going to be here today. I'm going to keep going because I got 4 days of data that I haven't been able to shove out the door yet. And it comes with a message. And the message is we've come full circle. And if you want to see how he delivered that, just watch all that's coming your way. I love you guys in Christ. I'm freaking out, guys. This is an overload. This is a mental overload. All right. Peace and grace.